Hello everyone, Jill Gaming here. Today I want to talk about two animes that I'm interested in, and that is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and My Hero Academia. What's different about these two shows is that JoJo has stands and MHA has quirks. Their manifestations are different from each series. Quirks are like superpowers like Superman and the Flash, while stands are like ghostly figures that protects you at all cost. In this video, I'm gonna go compare the stands and quirk users' lives, personalities, and abilities. In this series called Quirks vs. Stands, I'm gonna go talk about Himiko Toga from MHA and Iggy from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 3, Stardust Crusaders. Himiko Toga is a teenager who was born as the eldest daughter of the Toga family. When she was a child, Himiko was obsessively interested in blood. One time, she brought a dead bird back to her home and showed it to her parents. Her parents became so scared and worried of her behavior that they put immense pressure on her to become a normal girl. Since then, she started to hide her psychopathic self and began acting as a normal girl. However, this changes everything as you witness a boy named Saito, who also attends her school, fighting with others and often getting bruises and blood on him. She started to become her abnormal self again. Himiko experienced what she believed is a crush as she attacked and killed him and sucked his blood using a straw. She later became a criminal as she disappeared and became the prime suspect for a series of bloodletting. Later, she officially joined the League of Villains. So Himiko's quirk is called Transformation, which grants her the ability to disguise on another person or character, including his or her voice. She transforms with the blood of the person she digested. The more blood she drinks, the longer the transformation. She can also switch into two or more people if she drinks their blood. You can also copy the person's clothing, so her own clothes would overlap the transformation, acquiring her to be naked beforehand. So with a quirk like this, it makes a good stealth ability. But if someone eventually notices that it is not her, it makes things rather tricky. Luckily, she has her equipment with her, which includes combat knives and tied a sheath in her waist which is the size of her hands that stretches longer than the actual blade itself. Still, it makes them great for combat situation with her fighting style called Tantojutsu, a style that is related to knives. She is also equipped with a blood-sucking machine which is attached to her utility belt. It looks like the rear of the belt are two large green tubes with green wires connected to 6 cylinders armed with retractable needles. She can throw the needles from a distance using the wire. As long as the needles are connected, the machine will drain the victim's blood. The blood is stored in tubes that are attached to the machine and it can be saved for later. However, the machine is also connected to the mask that allows her to drink the blood directly when it is being sucked out. Alright, now that we are done with Himiko Toga, the villain who can shift into other people, now we can get into JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 3, Stardust Crusaders, Iggy. So Iggy is a dog who was raised by a wealthy man when he was a puppy. As he grew up, he started to think that humans are so dumb, he decided to leave his home. A man named Avdol found Iggy in New York City, in an alleyway acting as the king of the stray dogs. He is an antisocial, small black and white dog who is very rude and likes eating human hair and then fart it all out. Iggy will only cooperate with the gang if they gave him coffee-flavored gum. Most of the time, he wanders away from the team and does what he wants. There are some times where Iggy does something useful in the series, like when he distracted the gang from drinking the poison tree from Oingo and accidentally saved Jotaro from getting hypnotized by Anubis. So Iggy's stand is called The Fool, and it doesn't have a musical reference, and it just represents the tarot card The Fool, meaning new beginnings, innocence, spontaneity, and the idea of being a wild card in the greater schemes of things. The stand is made out of sand and it can manipulate any form it likes, meaning it doesn't have a physical form. His real form takes the form of a mammal and car-like appearance. It can also turn into other forms like glider mode and turning into a dome. What's different about the stand is that anyone who tries to attack the fool will not reflect back to the user. Like, if you try to punch or slice him up, nothing is really happening to the user as if you're just punching a pile of sand. Similar to Toga's quirk, not only it can shape, but the Fool's appearance can also turn into people where he doesn't need people's blood to turn and can just turn to people instantly. There was one time where Iggy was defending Polnareff where the Fool disguised himself as Lord Dio to distract Vanilla Ice only to fail discovering that Dio won't join the battle. It's because it's, the place was filled with sunlight and Dio doesn't want to go there because he's a vampire. Okay, now that I'm done analyzing, I could finally talk about who is better. If Iggy or Toga had to disguise as someone to try to persuade others, Toga needs blood while Iggy doesn't because he can just make the Fool disguise as anyone as long as he needs to remember what he looks like and what he sounds like. Eventually, since they're both shapeshifters, both of them will later be revealed no matter what. Neither they turn into one of the Crusaders or one of the villains in League of Villains. They can just tell just by their smell and acting. If Toga will attempt to use Tentojutsu on Iggy, he would just summon the Fool as a shield to block her attacks since anything that tries to take damage will not reflect back to the user. Toga is a teenage quirk user who can transform into anyone by getting someone's blood and who is extremely good at Tentojutsu. But Iggy, on the other hand, is a dog stand user that is made out of sand and can also turn into any form with great strength. So I guess the winner will be Iggy from Part 3 Stardust Crusaders. Toga may be good with knives and her transformation skills, but Iggy has the upper hand along with the Fool. Anyways, thanks for watching my video, and if you kinda disagree with me with Iggy winning, please comment below how Toga might win. Also, subscribe, like, share the video if you want, and click the notification button. Anyway, bye bye.